Guys, we're back with another Bulgari VGT build video, and this could be the easiest car to grind the World Touring Car 600. Now, in the past I've made videos before where it's been very easy builds, but I've had some comments saying that the fuel efficiency and the speed doesn't work using automatic gears. So in this video, whether you're using a controller, a wheel, automatic, manual gears, and even with TC, this build is going to work for every single one of those methods. The Bulgari VGT can be found in Brand Central. Head over to Europe, head down to Italy and Bulgari, and for 1 million credits you can buy the Bulgari aluminium, or aluminum if you're from America, VGT. It's 1 million credits, so it's a lot of money, but I've already covered a video with the Le Mans World Touring Car 700 build using the exact same car. So you just take the car you've already bought and just tune it in a different way for World Touring Car 600 at Tokyo Expressway. And Tokyo Expressway is exactly where we're going. We're going to head to World Circuits, head over to Asia Oceania, head over to Tokyo, scroll along to the the World Touring Car 600 Tokyo Expressway for 5,500 credits. Now, this event has a reasonably high fuel usage, but incredibly high tyre wear. Luckily, this Bulgari VGT has great fuel efficiency and incredible tyre wear. I will cover the full build at the end of this video, as we always do, guys. You know the routine by now. But for now, what we're going to do, we're going to head to assist settings. We're going to have automatic transmission on, traction control on 2. This is going to make the car incredibly easy to drive. In the past, I've been guilty of making cars that are very fun, but perhaps a little bit too tricky to drive. This one should be very, very safe. You can always have more aids and assists on if you want to. It's just going to make it more easier. Choose whatever you feel confident using. Now, with this being Tokyo Expressway, of course, I'm going to... I forgot to wear my Tokyo Expressway t-shirt, guys. That's a bit of a fail. If you do want a Tokyo Expressway t-shirt, check out the products below the video. I've got some fantastic products for you there. Some great merch from myself, all designed by me. Feel free to go and check those out. If you're not familiar with Tokyo Expressway World Touring Car 600, it's an incredibly fantastic way to earn money in Gran Turismo 7. The way the race works is that the track starts out a little bit wet and it dries out through the race. So by lap 4 or 5, the dry line starts to appear. You start to gain more grip. You can start to push harder and get better lap times. In this race, the leader will pit twice. Second to third place, most of the race will pit once. With this Bulgari VGT, we will not pit at all. It's a complete no-stop strategy. Right, let's start the race. The first thing to do is absolutely nothing. We can leave the fuel map exactly as it is on 1. All we need to do is just maybe get the radar up. I've got automatic gears, so I'm literally just foot flat to the floor. We'll get a bit of slipstream from these guys off the line. They'll start to bunch up. We're going to pass them on the left-hand side and then start to work our way forwards. Now, to keep the clean race bonus, we must remember to avoid contact with all the cars. Because we're on a no-stop strategy, we'll be in the traffic a little bit, but we just don't need to race these cars because most of the cars, they'll be pitting multiple times. So we're going to brake reasonably early into turn 1, make sure we give everybody a little bit of space. And because we've got TC on number 2, we can be quite aggressive on throttle applications. The TC will keep us safe. Just avoid contact with all the cars. Might be able to get around the outside of this guy before the sweeping corners. I think we might be able to. A little bit risky, but it is what it is. I think we've cleared him. No, we haven't. Maximum danger, but it's not a problem. We're not battling head to head with these guys because these are all going to pit and we're not going to need to. Bit on the brakes for this chicane here. As the track dries out, you can attack it with much more confidence, but on the first few laps be a little bit careful and tentative because the track is a little bit more wet. A little bit of braking for that corner there. Again, braking at the text on the floor, flowing through here, letting the automatic gears do their thing. They will rev out as much as they need to, but we don't need to do anything in particular to save fuel in this car. It's incredibly fuel efficient. Now, the car will slide around a little bit, but it's perfectly under control, and it's actually really good fun. Just the right amount of slide, I gotta say, guys, it's really, really good. The braking zone, the big braking zone of this track, just brake just after the 200 board, and you'll be good to go. Maybe the first few laps brake at the 200 to be sure. It's a very, very slow corner, everybody will really start to jam up. Make sure you don't cut the track, no track limit penalties, and you'll be good to go. A little bit of wheel spin on corner exit there. We're on the wet part of the track, so we're going to use a bit of slipstream for these guys to get through them on the line. We will be topping out over 300 kilometers an hour, and in American money that is 186 miles an hour, so it's very, very fast in a straight line. With a bit of slipstream as well, we'll probably go even faster than that. So to the lead of this race, I am playing on hard difficulty just to demonstrate what this car can do, but feel free to switch it to easy if you want to guarantee that win. But yeah, well over 300 kilometers an hour now, and that is pretty fast. So yeah, we will maintain the gap to the leaders, but they're going to pit. So just after the checkpoint, we're going to get on the brakes, continue to brake around the first corner. It's quite a slow first corner, especially on the first few laps of the race where the track is still wet. Just coming up to the end of lap number 2 and switch over to the MFD. We've still got 12.9 laps of fuel remaining, and we've already done 2 of those laps of the 12 lap race, so we're perfectly fine for fuel. We don't need to worry about fuel at all. There's no reason to short shift, no reason to do anything in particular. Let the thing do its thing and it's all good. End of lap number 3, and we're making our way forwards through the race, but we're still over 10 or 11 seconds to the leaders. Now there's no reason to be concerned. They will pit once, sometimes twice, and we're not going to pit at all, so that's going to give us about a 30-second advantage based on pit stop time. Now, as expected, on lap number 4, Gallo will pit. He has to pit twice in this rain. I think for tyres, he should have been fine on fuel, but he has to pit twice for tyres. So that's going to leave us with Soswillo and Cockburn are the only ones we have to deal with. They're only 3 seconds down the road, but they've still got a pit as well, and we're not going to go anywhere near the pits in this race. Now, we don't actually need to pass them on track. We could just hang behind them and wait for them to pit. It is the safest way to do it, but we're going to put a move on them on the track. Brake to the inside, squeeze to the inside there, and make that move happen. Can we get Soswillo into the final braking zone? Great drive out the corner. We're going to get in the slipstream, run down. We're going to still look for that 200 meter board. We need to be careful braking on the damp part of the track, but there should be enough room here just to squeeze it down. This car is very lightweight. We're just going to go to the inside. We did get a bump there. That could lose us our clean race bonus. Again, being a bit risky here. If you want to be safe for yourself, I'd recommend just hanging behind them, but we're out there to race, guys. We're here to have fun. And guys, just to show you how good this car is, even on controller, we're going to switch to controller now. I'm going to switch to chase cam for the proper controller experience now, and we're going to, well, I'm not driven on controller for quite some time, guys, but we're going to run a lap now and see how this feels, and we're going to get on the brakes at the kind of peak of this line here, all the way into turn. I'm going to brake around the first corner a little bit, just coasting around now, just squeezing that throttle. The car is perfect on corner exit with that traction control just helping us out. A little bit of a slide on corner exit, a little hit the wall there, but just carrying a bit of speed through there, and we're just cruising on controller, guys. It's not too difficult to do, whether you're using motion controls or the analog sticks. This car, it drives great with controller as well. It actually looks good with that dynamic active aero going on. Just navigate through these bends here. See that traction control just flashing red, keeping us safe. Brake just before the gantry, flow it through here, get on corner exit, nicely done. Looking for the text on the floor, on the brakes. Nicely done on corner exit there, and just sweeping through these Tokyo streets. Between 50 and the 100 board, oh, we're a bit deep there. Maybe just got a bit on the wet part of the track. The track is still wet on the edges, only the racing line is pretty much dry now, guys, so always got to be cautious with your lines. And on brakes just after the 200 board. There's an expansion joint I use as my braking reference just after the 200 now. Pretty slow here. Sweeping through here, corner exit, getting on the gas, traction control working perfectly. I'm going to get on the corner exit. We're about a second down on our best lap of the race so far, but that's me just literally grabbing the controller off of the table, hitting a few barriers as well, and we're good to go. We're going to transition back to the wheel and pedals now, and we're good to go and get back into cockpit view. So it works really well on any controller. So Swillow pits at the end of lap number 8. He needs to pit for fuel. That's going to leave us clear and dry to get the win now, guys. We just need to get to the end of the race. And of course, if you want to amplify your immersion, amplify your fun, amplify your experience with a racing wheel, a cheap Logitech G29 like I use is incredibly fun. I have it bolted to my GT Omega classic wheel stand. Got my GT Omega RS6 seat. Absolutely fantastic way to drive in Gran Turismo 7. I've got exclusive discounts for GT Omega, for anything at GT Omega. CD5 is the discount code. Check out the links in the description below. And to further enhance the experience, we can just, of course, put it back to manual, give that downshift experience, and we're going to just switch that traction control off. Run some laps for you guys just to show you how much fun it can be. Now, I do just remember to start shifting and downshifting in this one. Into turn 1, looking for that peak on the white line. Bouncing down those gears. Oh, nicely done. Down to third gear for the first corner. Careful on corner exit, because now we've got no traction control to help us out. Quick downshift into third gear for corner exit here. Just get a slide on corner exit. That's perfect. We're just going to hit up through the gears now, into the sweeping section of the track. We're going to coast into here. Look for that apex to the inside. Nicely done. We do need to make sure we lift off a little bit more for the right-hander. Keep it to the inside of the right-hander, because we're braking on the right side of the track. Down 1 gear in the dry, 2 gears in the wet. Corner exit here. The car slides a little bit on corner exit. That's perfect. This car is so well balanced. I've got to say, Bulgari have done a fantastic job in tuning this car, because you can't do a great deal with the suspension in this car. It's just set how it is, and it works absolutely fantastically. So we're just cruising through here, really making the most of the way the car drives. 75 meters just before through here, carrying 5th gear. Maybe should have gone to 4th gear for this one here. Looking for the corner exit, a little bit sliding corner exit into that Rising Sun Tokyo Expressway. Now we're going to look for the 200 meter board. Is the braking reference, just an expansion joint after that on the floor, all the way down to 2nd gear. Very slow corner. Keep to the inside where the track is dry. Now we have no TC, so we need to be very careful on corner exit, and we're getting good drive actually. What a fantastic corner exit, and we are getting potentially the best lap of the race. This car is capable, I think, of 209s if you're really on it. When I'm talking to you guys, I'm never really fully on it, but I think we could be in the 210s maybe. Let's see what this lap time is going to be, and it is going to be a 210.449. So approaching the finish line to finish this race. We're almost going to put a lap on the guy in last place. We have 2.5 laps of fuel remaining, so fuel's no problem. Tyre wear is no problem at all. There's plenty of life left in those tyres, and we're going to get the win of this race. I'm going to do it in 26 minutes 44 seconds. Now, I've done 26 minutes 30 seconds when I haven't been playing with controller or different things, and it's much faster when you're actually doing it and concentrating. But guys, this is the easiest way to win Tokyo Expressway, and you're going to be earning big money every 26.5 minutes. In fact, the car will pay for itself in no time at all. So here's the bit you're all waiting to see. This is the tune for the Bulgari VGT. We're using sports hard tyres front and rear. Anything shown in blue is different from the default setup. Suspension isn't tuned at all. You cannot tune it. There is absolutely no way, but it absolutely works perfectly. Differential cannot be changed, cannot be tuned, but it works perfectly. No output adjustment for nitrous overtakes, no manual adjustment for gears. You cannot change the transmission. Everything is completely set. Even though it bounces off the limiter and you have to rev it all the way out, fuel efficiency is absolutely incredible. No problem at all. Here is where we start to make some changes. So power restrictor is set to 99. I think this just works pretty good. It gives us 390 horsepower. Ballast positioning, ballast is set to 195. That is almost the maximum, and ballast positioning is set to -9. Now these two numbers are very important because ballast positioning seems to be a little bit bugged in Gran Turismo 7. If I was to change it either way, the PP goes massively over. So by changing the ballast positioning by only 1 point, it goes way over to 800. No, 608.2 pp. Move it back to where it should be, and we're back under the 600 pp limit. Other way, you'd expect it to go under, but no, that goes up as well. So ballast positioning is a little bit bugged, and these are the perfect numbers, guys. The fully customizable ECU, doesn't actually matter which one you choose. It's exactly the same thing, but there's no need to change the adjustment, and there's pretty much nothing else on the car. I did put the brake balance controller. It does allow you to change the brake balance, but I had it set to 0, so it doesn't really matter for me. If you want to know about brake balance, I've got a video on screen right now for you. That'll teach you everything about brake balance and allow you to fine tune the car to be absolutely perfect for you.